Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to be working on my little rubber tree group. I last pruned and repotted these rubber trees in the end of October of last year, so I've let them grow over the entire winter, and they've been growing really well. You can see there's roots growing out the bottom of the pot, and it's filled in really nicely. So my goal for these trees is to keep them as miniature and small as possible. So today I'm going to prune them up. Here is a look at the rubber trees. So there's 3 trees in this planting. And they're starting to get some nice character to the trunks. The leaves are slowly miniaturizing. On a full-size rubber tree, they're bigger than my hand. And these are about at least half, the normal size. Maybe even smaller than that. Here's a close-up look at the 3 trunks. Yeah, so they're getting some character. I really like this little planting. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to prune the trees now, so I'm using directional pruning. So I want all the branches kind of fanning out, so I get kind of an umbrella-shaped canopy on this planting eventually. So on this branch you can see I have a leaf facing towards the front and one to the side, so I can prune just above there, like that. I have an old leaf here. A branch came from the bud at the base of this leaf, so I'm going to remove that. It's kind of blocking the trunk line. On this shoot that's coming out the front, I have my older leaf where the branch formed. So I'll prune that away. And then on this new shoot I have a leaf coming out the front and one kind of crossing the trunk line. So I don't really have, I could prune it back to this lowest leaf and have it come out the front. Or I could wait, let it develop more and prune to this leaf that's kind of fanning off to the right hand side. And I think I'll do that. So what I'll do is just remove this leaf on the inside here, so get some more light into the planting, and I'll let that shoot grow. The shoot here, I have my older leaf where the branch formed from down here. I can remove that. And then I have a leaf coming out the front and one kind of growing to the right hand side to the back, so I will just pinch off that bud, and that should stimulate new branches to form at the base of each of these leaves. Coming around, I've got some older leaves here. There was a branch kind of forming at the base of this one, but it didn't really develop. And then at the base of this leaf, I don't really have anything. So I'm going to take that leaf off. It's not really doing anything. And then if I go up this branch, I have a branch or a leaf to this side and one here. So from the front view, I don't really want a branch growing out across the middle of the planting. So I'm going to take it off to that back one here, like that. Then I have a shoot coming out the back here. I've got a couple of older leaves here. There is a bud at the base of this one, so I'll leave this leaf on. It might help that bud develop. This one, I can see there's a little bud at the base of it too, so I'll leave that one on. But this vertical one is getting very tall, so I have a leaf fanning out the back, so I'll take it off just above there to there. And then any of these leaves kind of crossing the design, I'll take out, like that one. And I'm going to take out this one on the inside here also. That allows more light to get into the interior of the planting. So I think that's got the pruning done. Let's have a look from the front. Here's a look at the tree now from the front view. So it's looking quite good. It is possible I could defoliate the whole tree, but I don't think I want to do that, not until the tree's outside in the summer. If I defoliate it now, then put it back in the plant room, because of the lower light in the plant room, it's not sunlight, the leaves would grow back in the same size as they are now, or maybe even larger. So if I wait until the tree is outside in the sun and then I defoliate it, the leaves should grow back in quite a bit smaller than they are now, because it's getting that full sunlight, the UV light. Yeah, so I'm not going to defoliate it yet, but that may come in the future. I will come in and prune off those roots growing out the bottom. You can see it growing out the drainage hole here. That'll thicken up and clog up the drainage hole, so it's best to remove those. Unless you're growing them as, escape roots to thicken up the tree. If I can get in there. Hold on, I might have to use my sharper scissors. There. So that root is pruned away. And everything else is looking good on the tree. The trunks are starting to get some nice character to them. Yeah, for a little small tree, I think it's developing quite nicely. And you can see the size of it compared to my hand. Yeah, a little gem. I really like these rubber trees as bonsai. I think they're quite nice. You can see in here, there's a very small leaf. So I think it is possible to get the leaf size at least half of what they are now in the future. And I'll try doing that over the summer. As I get more branching and the tree goes out into the sunlight, I think you'll see the leaf size reduce even more. It's nice and warm here in the greenhouse because it's sunny today, but outside is really cold. The high today is -4 degrees Celsius, and it's really windy, so it feels really cold outside. The low tonight is -7 degrees Celsius, and last night we got snow, so there's snow on the ground outside. Here's a look outdoors. You can see there's quite a bit of snow on the ground, and it sure is cold out here. I'm in the poly house, and there's no heat in the poly house. It's just covered in plastic, and it didn't freeze in here last night. There was enough warmth from the ground that the pots didn't freeze over, which was really nice, even though it was -7 last night too. So I gave all the trees a watering this morning, and now with the sun out, it feels beautiful in here. Yeah, so it's kind of nice to protect the trees a bit in spring when you get these fluctuations in temperature. Everything in here is starting to bud out. The American elm, the buds are swelling. I think on my European buckthorn the buds are swelling. It looks like they are, but it's hard to tell. And a lot of other trees, the maples are swelling the buds. The cherry tree, they're swelling. The Siberian elms. The thujas, they've greened up. They're looking quite nice. There's the wild thing. Yeah, so now on my northern bog forest, I took a bit of a chance and I tightly pruned these black spruce into a conical form. And you'll notice that there's a lot of browning on them, and it may kill off some sections of the tree. I may even lose the odd tree, but I tried it, and it was a bit of a risk, and maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't. Sometimes, even though you get browning like this, you get buds that pop out in spring all over the tree, and it regenerates. So I'll keep my eyes on it. The larches are starting to show some green on the buds. Yeah, I'm not sure how these trees will do. They kind of lost the needles early on these ones, on the lower branches. I'm hoping they come out just fine, but you never know. It's tough keeping, these larches and spruce miniaturized and small, and I took a chance on a lot of them, and maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't. We'll see later on in spring how they're doing. And I'll definitely update this forest in the spring. When I was counting how many forests I had in one of the videos, I counted 20, but I think I forgot about these two forests. My sugar maple forest here, which is looking good, and over here is my silver maple forest. So that would make 22 forests total. That's a lot of forests. I left the willows out all winter. And so far they look good. I can see the buds swelling on them. So they survived minus 24 degrees Celsius out here, which is amazing. Very tough trees. These temperature fluctuations in spring are quite normal. You'll get one day that's t-shirt weather. The next week it'll drop way below freezing. And it's not good for trees, especially with repotting. So all the trees I've repotted so far have been overwintered here in the glass greenhouse, and they come out into leaf much earlier. And I keep them above freezing after repotting them. So they tend to grow quite well and they get the natural sunlight here. So even if they leaf out, way earlier towards the end of February, they do quite well in the glass greenhouse here until they go outside. There's one plant, my Nightshade Vine, that needs pruning, and I'll show you why. Here's a look at my Nightshade Vine, so you can see it's growing really, really well. So well, in fact, that up top here, you can see there's flower buds forming on these growing tips, on these 3 growing tips. So I'm going to prune it back. I don't want it flowering at this time of the year. I'd rather all the energy go into growing branches. So today I'm going to prune it back. All right, here I go with the pruning. You can see some shoots are more vigorous than others, so I'll be pruning those back harder. And the weaker shoots I'll probably leave alone, or maybe just prune back a little bit to get some branching. So I'll start in this one out front. It's a little one, and let me show you a close-up. So here's this first branch here I'm going to prune. So there's a shoot here that's just small. I don't need to prune that. This other one, it's small, but it also is getting a flower bud at the tip. So I'm going to use directional pruning. I want it to fan outwards from the center of the tree, so I'll prune it off to here. Wasn't a very good cut. Let me just, there. Then on this branch behind, these ones are weak. I won't touch those, but this one I will prune. And there's a leaf fanning outwards here, so I'll prune just above there, like that. Coming around, I have kind of a tall vertical branch going up here. I can prune that off just above that outwards leaf there. And then if I rotate around again, I have a very strong shoot here. I've got a leaf there's one at the base that's a nice direction, but I don't want to prune it that short, so I will come in and prune it right here. Pruning that off short. There's one here growing tall. There's a leaf out the back, so I'll prune just above that one, like that. And then I have this tall one growing up here. I've got a leaf fanning out the back here. There's a few down lower that are nice, so I'll prune just above there. This one, I'll have to prune it right here. So that takes care of the pruning. Now I'm wondering, because this one was so strong, I could maybe prune it back further. I'm going to try it. I'm going to prune it back to this first leaf here. Quite hard. And I guess I have a second leaf there. I'll prune it even further. There. Yeah, some hard pruning on that really vigorous one. So that's got the tree pruned up. Let's have a look at it now. Here's a look at the Nightshade Vine now. Most of my trees, I have a style in mind for them, how I envision them. And because this is a vine, it doesn't really have like a natural style. They just grow along fences and kind of cover the fence. They're very long runners. So I'm kind of trying to keep it compact, miniature looking, but I'm not sure what this tree will look like in 5-10 years from now. I think the basic style is determined by what grows well and how the weed does. And yeah, we'll just see in the future what it develops into. The main thing I'm trying to do is keep all the branches kind of short internodes and lots of movement and character to them, and I think it's developing quite well. So it'll be very interesting to see in the future what this turns into. I've done some other minor pruning in the greenhouse here. I pruned back my poplar last night. It was starting to really get bushy, and it was starting to shade out the other trees around it. And yeah, because there's so many trees in this tight space, that I can't let them grow too big and bushy at the moment until they go outside on the bench. I had to prune this red maple back because it was starting to shade out the trees behind it here. Yeah, so I've done a little bit of minor pruning, not too much. Just to kind of, stop the trees shading out the other ones. The Arakawa Japanese maple is looking really nice. I would prune this normally, but I just repotted it in spring. So I'm letting it, get lots of vigor before I prune it, because I want to grow that root system, let it recover from the repotting. But yeah, everything is leafing out now. It's quite exciting. It's an exciting time of the year, that's for sure. I'll show you an update to my Russian olive tree. It's, for a small tree, it's looking really good, I think. This was started from a seed by Derek of the Toronto Club, and he gave it to me as a small seedling, and I've just been clipping, growing it. Yeah, it's looking really nice. Over here on this bench, my royal oaks are continuing to leaf out nicely. The ash tree is coming out into leaf, and it looks really nice at this stage with the leaves. They're kind of miniature. They get quite large later on, but it looks good at this point. Yeah, all the forests are doing well. It's looking nice and green in the greenhouse, even though there's snow outside. I'll leave the rubber tree out here in the greenhouse for the afternoon. It'll get a spa day, some nice sunshine. I'll have to bring it in for nighttime because tonight is going down to -7 degrees Celsius again. And even with the heat on here in the greenhouse, it cools down to about 4 degrees Celsius. So, above freezing, but not a whole lot. And it's too cold for the rubber tree. So it'll go back in tonight. And that is all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.